When we think about our lives and all the events of our lives, the ones that we're present to, the ones that we sort of miss because we're kind of running around unconscious, our dream state, there's something in us, as us, that's always awake. There's something that, even when we're sleeping, is awake to that reality. And it's what it is that allows us to be here and actually sense and feel a communion of being. So when we first met a few weeks ago, one of the questions that I posed was, what is your deepest longing? And when we really come down to feeling into all of the longings that we have, all of the desires that we have, all the ways that we seek connection with other people and ways that we seek the intimacy of our own presence. There's something common to all of that, which is what it is in us and as us that never changes, but is always awake. What it is in us that's always awake has no history, has no content. Yeah, so what it is in us that has never changed from the moment that we were born through our young years, our adolescence, through our young adult life, our adult life. There's something that is the thread of all our experience. It has no content, has no history, has no preferences, no judgments. Especially no judgments. It's one of the ways that we can tell if we're in touch with our deepest self or if we're in touch with the psychological construct of our personality, is that our true self never evaluates or judges any experience, any thought, any feeling. It's simply present and awake to it. It doesn't push, it doesn't pull. And it's what's the same in all of us. It's what connects us. So as we begin tonight and we just start to settle in, just begin to sense the presence that's here in the sensations of your body. Awake to it, making no judgments, no assessments. No evaluation. What it is that's awake in this moment with no thought. Just a presence. And beginning with this presence and the sensation of your presence, invite yourself to be in the intimacy of meeting yourself as if for the first time. Meeting the one who never speaks, but is always here. And acknowledging that our coming together in this way is a sacred meeting that has an effect that ripples out beyond the small spaces that we find ourselves sitting in. It ripples out into the communities that we're living in. Touches the nature of our Mother Earth. Has a quality that others around us can feel. So that as we come together in this way, we leave behind the self-interest of our personality. And we sit as the one that is always awake, in service to the one that is everywhere and in everything. Whose awareness is in the presence that you find yourself in tonight. So we ask permission to be in service in this way, to offer ourselves during this time to what it is that's awakening within the consciousness of all beings. We take a moment to remember and offer gratitude and thanksgiving for the gift of life that Pachamama, our Mother Earth, gives to us. All the ways that her presence and her abundance allows us to be here. Feeling into our bodies, feeling her presence as we're made of the substance of the earth in our physical being. And we're made of the essence of the earth in our spiritual being. Our heart and the heartbeat of the earth are one. As we relax into ourselves, we begin to sense our heartbeat and the heartbeat of Mother Earth harmonizing, becoming one. And we acknowledge and welcome the presence of our ancestors. Through whose essence our own soul has been formed and come into this lifetime. Who've paved the pathways that have allowed us to be here in this way at this time together. We take a moment to connect with our hearts to all of the teachers and guides who've touched us in this lifetime, knowingly or unknowingly, those people who've shared a smile, a word, a kindness, or who've challenged us. We open to the energies of the angelic presences, the guides and masters in spirit, in this we begin to build a common bond, a blending of all the energies that contribute to what we call our humanity. We recognize also the spirits of the land, of nature, the four-legged, the winged beings, the sea creatures, each of which show us a part of our own nature. We feel the waters, the oceans, the lakes, the glaciers, also giving us a sense of our own nature. We open to the heavens and the star beings from which our souls descended. The sun, the moon, each with a presence different from the other, still giving us a glimpse of ourselves. And in all of that, there's something that's always awake. Which is our deepest self. So as we continue to deepen, feeling your breath, just noticing the sensation of the breath, the way that your body meets the breath. We give it this name, which gives it a concept, but even meeting the breath as if it were for the first time. Feeling the experience of breathing. Watching it arise out of something and return to that same something that is a mystery. And then bringing your awareness into your right foot. This region we call the right foot. Again, as if you were contacting this for the very first time, letting go of the sense of it being just a physical object on your body and sensing it as a region of consciousness. There's something in this region that is awake, always. Feeling the toes, tips of your toes, the sole of your foot, the arch, the heel. Not visualizing it, but really sensing it, whatever you can feel there, even if it's numbness or no feeling, that's a feeling, that's a sensation. Let yourself rest with what it is in this region of your soul that is awake. Awake to you. Awake to your experience. And then begin to sense your way slowly into the right ankle. Noticing whatever the sensation is here. And then beginning to slowly sense your way from the right ankle up the lower part of your right leg. Feeling the texture, temperature. There's a sense of energy there, or aliveness, or numbness, whatever it is. Let yourself be in intimate contact with this region of being. And sensing up towards the knee. Let your awareness come into the right knee, feeling deeply into the knee joint. what it is that gives you flexibility and mobility. Since the moment of birth, this region has been present, serving you in its own way, experiencing life, experiencing itself in its own way. And in this moment, just sense into the experience. And then beginning to sense your way up through the upper part of your right leg, taking your time. As if meeting this part of yourself for the very first time. And then sensing all the way up into the right hip. Feeling deep into the right hip joint. And noticing the experience of the sensation of sitting. Of being held and supported by whatever you're sitting on. And then allow yourself to sense the whole of the right leg, from the tips of the toes all the way to your right hip, as one unified region of consciousness. And adding your breath, sense the whole right leg breathing. And then letting your awareness come to the right hand. Sense into the right hand. If you can articulate the feeling, the sensation of each of the fingers and the fingertips. And then sensing into the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, all of the tiny little bones and ligaments, the muscle, tissue, blood flow. And whatever your hand is making contact with, notice the sensation of contact. And then sensing into the right wrist. Let yourself land here for a moment, really feeling the experience of this region. And then begin to sense your way slowly up the lower part of your right arm. Taking time to really linger here. Feeling the sensation as you slowly work your way up towards your right elbow, into the right elbow. And then up into the upper part of your right arm, moving up slowly, deeply, intimately. Up towards your right shoulder. And into the right shoulder. Noticing the sensation here. And then sensing the whole of the right arm, from the tips of the fingers all the way to the shoulder, as one single region. Adding the breath, feel the right arm breathing. And then sensing the whole of the right arm and the right leg together. And letting this go, come over to your left shoulder. Feel the sensation here. Notice the quality of presence in the left shoulder. You're meeting yourself in this region as if for the first time. Opening to yourself. And then beginning to slowly sense from the left shoulder down the upper part of the left arm. Noticing whatever the sensation is here. And into your left elbow. Pausing a moment to open to yourself in this very intimate, deep contact presence. And begin to then sense your way down the lower part of your left arm. Into your left wrist. And into your left hand. The palm of the hand. the back of the hand, into the fingers, all the way to the fingertips. And then feeling the whole of the left arm. Allowing yourself to really settle into this region. Adding the breath, the left arm breathing. Blood flow, texture, temperature, and the quality of this region. Now bringing your attention into your left hip, really penetrating with your awareness into the left hip joint. Again, feeling the sensation of sitting, of gravity, of support, contact. And then beginning to slowly sense your way down through the upper part of your left leg. And down into your left knee. Sensing deeply into the left knee joint. And then slowly down the lower part of your left leg. Towards the left ankle. And into the left ankle. And then into your left foot, the heel, the ball of the foot, the sole of the foot, the arch, and into the toes, sensing all the way to the tips of the toes. And then feeling the whole of the left leg as one single region of consciousness. Adding the breath, left leg breathing. And then the left arm and the left leg, sensing the whole region as one single experience of sensation, of presence. And now sensing both the right and left arms and legs together. Adding the breath, arms and legs breathing as one single presence. And as you continue to sense the arms and legs, we add listening by allowing the sounds to come to you. Whatever sounds are present, rather than going out to meet the sound, let the sound come to you, sensing and listening. Fully inhabiting the experience from within yourself. Sitting as this presence. If you can feel the self that is here, that is always awake. Bringing your heart into the sensation as all experience is occurring within you, within your presence, and you sit as the one that is always awake. And inviting a quality of essence, of your essence, to begin to arise and flow out of your heart and around the circle, passing from one heart to the next, weaving a beautiful tapestry of color, sound, light. Creating a beautiful unity of being. And from this place, another stream of light flowing from your heart to the center of the circle, where it blends with a central flame, the flame of the inner heart, as the flame rises high into the evening sky, cascading out over the entire body of Pachamama, or Mother Earth, and all beings. Flowing through the land, through the creatures, weaving, connecting, flowing through the ancestral spirits. Receiving the light from the masters, from the star beings, from the angels who join with us as we turn towards the one being that is awake as you in this moment. This one being that is emanating the pure tone of creation in everyone and everything. That single, irreducible note, born of love, that sends itself out into the world as form and calls itself back in love. As we hear this tone or sense this tone, for those who may be dying at this time and leaving the planet, we hear the tone singing them home. For those who are suffering, we recognize this one light that radiates in everyone and everything. Pure, radiant being. We open to allow it to shape us, to reform us. More fully, more closely, more deeply into our true nature, not only individually, but collectively. Giving up our sense of being able to control life and surrendering to what it is that's creating us in this moment in love. As the one that is always awake. And we'll sit in silence together now for about 10 minutes, holding this sense of presence. that is in each of us and all of us. breathing, feeling, deepening, watching, and letting go. Sensing the one that is always awake. And as we're coming into the last few minutes of our time together, sensing, listening, letting the sounds come to you, from within this beautiful presence that is you, for the gift of this life. To Pachamama, our Mother Earth, we say thank you. To our ancestors who join us in this time as part of the oneness of being that's infused within the body of Pachamama, we say thank you. For our guides and teachers, in the ways that they've brought us to know ourselves, to see ourselves a bit more deeply and truly, we say thank you. To the guides and presences in the unseen world that illuminate our becoming, we say thank you. To each other, for this gift of community that allows us to know ourselves in this way, we say thank you. And as we turn towards ourself, towards this amazing being that's brought into being through that pure tone of creation to walk the journey of the earth at this particular time of transformation, for the courage to stay awake, we say thank you. Aho. And as you slowly come back into this sort of present time, allow yourself to do it gently, sensing your arms and legs, letting the sounds come to you. And when you open your eyes, allowing the visual impressions to come to you as well, staying within your experience while being connected at the same time. So for tonight, thank you. I will have this tape or video available. I'll send you the link for it. And we'll see you next week.